Hi, I'm Chelsea Hewsome, your host of the Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, author, speaker, and mom of two. And I'm so tired of women not feeling like they can show up as fully expressed versions of themselves. So here, we're all about that unapologetically, because honestly, we don't have time not to. Literally because we're busy as F moms and entrepreneurs, but also figuratively because we don't know how much time we have on this planet and we want to make an impact now. But if we're doing this, we're making it real vibes only. So let's get inspired, laugh our asses off, quite possibly cry, and feel like you're sitting on the couch with your bestie and a glass of wine. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm your host, Chelsea Hewsome. I'm so glad you're here. All right, today, you guys, I want to recap my first retreat weekend that I did, the first retreat I held. Oh my gosh, every time I think about it, I just magical is literally the only word that just keeps popping to my mind. Well, along with many other words, but it was just so freaking powerful and incredible. And it couldn't have gone any better. And it was I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was the way it needed to happen. And oh my gosh. So it was in April. It was in Winter Park, Colorado. I rented this freaking amazing big ass house. It was just it was the perfect house for retreats. There were all these rooms, all these big spaces to, do different things in and have big groups in. It was perfect. All these rooms, all these bathrooms, all these nooks and crannies. And it was just, oh my gosh, I would totally rebook that. I will be rebooking that retreat house again because it was just absolutely perfect. I brought in a private chef, Jen. She, oh my gosh, was fantastic. Just her soul and her vibe and her laugh are just the best things ever. And so she would chime in from the kitchen every so often, but she just fed us so wonderfully with healthy, yummy food. It was just over the top wonderful. And then my friend Grace came in. She did videography, photography for us. Really just fantastic of just being with there. And she also taught a workshop. And that was really, really great. So and also cannot forget, I had another friend Laura, that came and did breath work. So she did a breath work session for the ladies. It just bringing in these women that, so I'm not cooking and I'm not doing the breath work and I'm not, videoing everything and all that stuff. At some point you got to bring in the professionals to do, that stuff. It's so worth it. So I'm drinking coffee also. So really the women that came, I had known, let me think, there were only two women that I did not know personally before this retreat. Many of them I have known for many years. One I probably known almost 13 years, some 5, 6, 7, maybe even more, 8. I've known a lot of these women. So me going into it, knowing so many of these women for a long time and knowing their hearts and their souls, I was oh my God, I couldn't handpick a better group of freaking women. I literally could not have. I was so freaking excited. And, seeing some of my favorite women to be together and hoping that some of them would pair up and be besties forever, which did happen. So, oh my God. My half sister, Delisha, also came, having her travel. She traveled from North Dakota, that was a big deal for her. And so that was amazing for us to spend time, that time together, without, kids and distractions, and not kids are not distractions, but you know what I'm saying? Without, just life. We just kind of got to all of us got to go into this house for a weekend and just I don't know. It's something people have said before, oh, there's no way you could, come out with those big of breakthroughs or those great of friendships by just 2.5 days. No way. But there's something about, it's you're coming to another world almost. You're in this house together and it's just for some reason, it just like collapses time and makes these epiphanies and these shifts and these like breakthroughs happen so much faster, and the relationships get so much deeper, so much quicker. So it just was a really cool experience. So, we start the first day. We're just like, we go around having introductions, and Delisha and I have talked about this. Like, she goes first and she just instantly starts crying, which hell yes. Like, we're here. Like, let's just cut the shit. Like, let's just dive in. But I mean, I love that she went first and she just was like, this is what I'm dealing with. This was only the second time ever that she had left her two daughters ever and gone off to do something for herself. The first time was at her great grandmother's funeral. Okay. So like she, it was very hard for her. She was having major mom guilt. Right. And so I have a podcast episode that already has come out about that. So please go listen to it. But it was really freaking hard for her. And she was struggling the whole first day. But I love that she just like she started crying. She's like, I'm really struggling. That just set the tone for everybody else then to like introduce themselves. Not everyone cried. Some people did, but like, we just went freaking deep. We're like, we're doing this, right? Like, we're not holding back. This isn't fake crap. Like, we're not, you know what I mean? So it was just set a great tone for we're diving in. Right. So we went around the room, we did all these different activities. I was very intentional about building, alone time or like unplanned time into the retreat, because that is really important to me. I know all these women are busy. A lot are moms, a lot are, they're working, they're doing all these things. So I wanted to offer, we're doing these different things and a lot of them are emotionally, intense kind of. But it's if they want to go take a nap, if they want to go just journal in their room quietly, if they want to read, if they want to go chat with their new friend, like use this time how you want it. But I definitely built in some good chunks of time to kind of do whatever you needed at that time. And oh my gosh, we had such great dinners. We had the first day, kind of Friday, was kind of just talking about things that are holding us back, like things that we're struggling with, things like all this stuff, all the excuses that we tell ourselves and all these things. And so we're like kind of working through that stuff. And then very intentionally, I put breath work on Friday night, because I knew that would be, that's a very intense thing to go through if you have not. At some point, pretty much everyone in there was crying, like pretty intensely. Like it physically brings up a lot of stored emotion and stored energy and stuff your body's been storing for years that you just need to get out. So that was so powerful. And I'm really glad I placed it at that time. Then, we had some quiet time after that. We came back for dinner, and some more activities. And then, started Saturday. Saturday was kind of like, okay, well, we've worked through some of the shit, like the stuff that's holding us back, like the lies we've been telling ourselves, all these things, right? The box the world has been trying to put us into. And now Saturday, okay, that's great. We've made the decision. We're going to move past all that. Like, now who am I? Who do I want to be? Who is this future version of myself? And I'm really probably not that far off from her, right? Because she still is me, right? So then it was like, okay, Saturday, now we're building this. We did a really powerful, a lot of the women have said they loved this visualization we did where I walked them through, but they're like closing their eyes and actually seeing their person. They've achieved these big goals they have. They've done, these things, and like, how do they feel? How do they act? Where are they? All these things, right? And I will say these women, a lot of them are business owners, not all are. But man, their dreams and their desires and their hopes for themselves in the world and the things they have on their heart is like, oh my gosh, like I left this place so freaking energized and like excited to watch them go and like do these big things they have on their heart, because it is amazing. Like, they are making changes in the world. They are making changes in their lives, their families' lives. Like, oh my God, they're doing such big things. So it's just to hear, I know what I'm working on and doing, what I like dream of, but that obviously everyone's so different. And oh my God, these women, holy shit, are freaking amazing and like doing huge things in the world, and they're just getting started. So we, Saturday we're working on all this stuff, and then we um kind of came, I was like, okay, bring like one outfit that you just feel really powerful and you love. Like, okay, let's go get ready, come back, we're gonna have dinner. We did. We at this point we're outside taking pictures, and we start to walk down, like kind of down outside, and there's a moose there. And so we all run inside and look over the balcony. There's this like baby, kind of like baby moose. And we were like, oh my God. And then I look over, and Jackie, one of the women, Jackie and Anna are two of the women that I had not met yet, but adore them both. Oh my God. They were so meant to be with us. Like they just fit in this group so freaking well. And I'm so proud of them. But I look over and Jackie's crying, and I'm like, oh my gosh. She's like, that moose, I literally went on a trip years ago in looking for a moose for months, and I never saw one. And I had such breakthroughs this weekend, and I'm like realizing what I want for my life. And she also said like I had never loved, she always hated herself, like her body image and things like that. And that's been a huge part of her life. And she was like, this is like the icing on the cake. This moose showing up is like this bigger symbol to me of the universe, and like God saying, actually, you can love yourself. You should love yourself. You do love yourself, and it's okay, And oh my God, that was like just so cool for her. And it was, yes, of course, seeing a moose was super cool, but she literally like that morning was like, oh, really want to see a moose. And it was in the same spot she was standing like an hour earlier. So that was really cool. And then, so we're sitting around after dinner. I had some more stuff planned, like one more kind of final thing, but I'm like, I just had this random thought. I'm like, what would be awesome right now is I said, okay, me, Delisha, and Jackie, I'm like, we're going to the store in town. We're going to go buy a shitload of ice cream and snacks. You all ladies, go tell everyone else, get in your pajamas. And I said, a few of you go pick out a chick flick that's like everyone's favorite. So we went to the store in our like sparkly, crazy outfits. The man was like, oh my God, you ladies look so amazing. It was so cute. But we're like, buying all the yummy snacks. We get back, everyone's in their pajamas. I was like, you know what? I just feel like you ladies have put in so much work, and we've had so many breakthroughs and so many just like really powerful, meaningful moments. I'm like, I really don't feel the need to beat a dead horse right now. Let's just get comfy, eat some yummy stuff, and friggin' watch Devil Wears Prada and it was amazing. It was so good. And I think that was like, we were just all like cuddled up on the couch on the floor, and it was just freaking perfect. And I'm so glad I listened to that pivot. I'm like, this would be really great. So, the next morning we wake up, we had some breakfast burritos, and it was kind of, I did kind of one thing. I'm like, everyone just come stand in a circle. I'm like, I knew I'd cry. I'm like, ladies, you've ruined. I said, I really wanted to host maybe 4 retreats a year someday, right? And I'm like, you ladies ruined this for me. You ruined it. This was so freaking magical and perfect in its own way. And like, you all are so fantastic. It could not have been a better group of better energy and better like hearts. I was like, yeah, I'll always compare every retreat after this to this one, because like, oh my God, it was like so perfect in its own way. But I really, we literally stood there standing, hugging in a circle. And I was like, I love you all. I'm so freaking proud of you. Like, this is just the beginning. But I said, we're in this safe place right now. We're in this beautiful home in Winter Park in the mountains. Like, life can't life, right? And I said, when we all go out, life's going to start lifing. And there's going to be shit thrown in our path to try to distract us from what we said this weekend we are going out to do. And I said, there's going to be people that doubt us. There's going to be things that try to stop us. There's going to be all the things of normal life, the busyness, the kids, all this stuff that sometimes makes it hard to focus on our dreams and ourselves and what we were put on this earth to do, right? So I said, just remember, come back mentally to this weekend and remember how like inspired we were and how just we were like going to go out and do the damn thing. Right. And, I said, call on each other when you're having a hard day. We have like a WhatsApp chat, but a lot of these women have hung out since in person with each other, which I freaking love. New friendships were made. We're like fellow dreamers. We are the people who get it. So I said, when life is getting hard or people are doubting you or you're doubting yourself, come back to the group because we got you. So I have to share though. So like literally as magical and amazing as this weekend was, like a week after, 3 of the women, there were 9 women there, okay? 3 of the women had quit their jobs, okay? Which is like, holy shit. 1 woman made a 2-year plan to exit corporate and was working on like trying to pinpoint and figure out like, what am I meant to be doing on this earth? Because she knew it wasn't what she was doing. Huge. Another woman started her book finally and decided she actually wants to be a speaker and knows she was put on this earth to share her story. Another woman ended a 5-year lawsuit that had, y'all, if you've read my book, listen to my lawsuit podcast, horrific, freaking worst experience of my life. My friend had been dealing with a really horrible lawsuit for 5 years. Mine was 2.5. So bad. But like she ended that finally. She was like, enough, I'm freaking done. Another of one of the women who had quit her job, she got a new job and she now makes enough money and like works from home part-time. And so she can be with her husband and her kids. And she's now her husband's quitting his job. She makes enough money so he can stay home, which she's like, oh my God, there's so many other things that have happened. Another woman started her own company, like really freaking big things. It wasn't like, oh, we're here, rah, rah, yay, this is great. And then like they left and they didn't do shit, right? They left. That says a lot about the women that were there. They left and they're like, hell yeah, let's freaking go. And they're just doing the shit. They're doing it all. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so freaking proud of all of you. Like, I'm like a proud mom. Like, oh my God, look at all my little kids. They're just out killing it. And they're like saying enough to all the shit that they put up with that doesn't serve them. They're like putting boundaries in. They're like demanding more that their life is what they want it. And I'm so proud. I just love them. I love you all. Couldn't have been better women there. I adore each and every one of you. I'm so proud of you that like you put your heart and soul out there. We did not hold back at this retreat. And gosh, it was magical. I left being like, one of my favorite weekends of my entire life. Truly, truly amazing. So had to share. If you ever get the opportunity, like highly recommend it, especially as women, take time and do a retreat, even if it doesn't have to be a week in Mexico, which that would be awesome too. But like some of these littler ones too, like, a weekend or something can be so powerful. I will at some point, when I get my life together down the road, I will definitely do another one. I already have 2 or 3 women are like, yep, I'm at the next one. Just let me know. So, it's already like filling up. I'm like, well, I got too much going on right now, but I will do one again because it was so amazing. And I believe in how powerful it is. But, take time for yourself, do these things, invest in yourself. It's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. So thank you all for listening. I hope you have a fantastic week. And always remember, no BS, just real vibes. I'll see you next time.
If you loved the episode, share it on Instagram and tag me so I can say thank you and meet you. Or share it with a girlfriend who you know would love this too. Always remember, no BS, just real vibes. See you next time on Lip Service and Lashes.